Welcome to a special episode of Lokad TV. I'm joined here by Josip Kelava, and as you can see, we're in a very special location. We're actually standing in Athens. Josip, tell us a little bit about yourself and why are we in Athens today?
Thanks for having me, Fabian. I'm Josip Kelava, CTO of the Tokic group, and we are actually car parts sellers, the leaders in our industry, retail shops all across Slovenia and Croatia. And today we are here in Athens on the ATR Digital Conference, which actually covers the hot topic AI, as we know the buzzword now, but it covers AI in the independent aftermarket. That's the market where Tokic is and the Bartok. And today is actually more about sustainability of our market. Independent aftermarket is actually starts when the mostly cars, vehicles, it's the end of the warranty lifetime, let's say like that, and then those vehicles come to the aftermarket. So it is a battle OE versus independent aftermarket, I mean, called battle. But
it's a power.
Exactly, power game. But yeah, they have a data. We want the data to work, and then now we have to go to even the level of the EU commissions to fight for it. So, and it's a big market. We cannot lose it, and that's the key role of ATR.
Okay. Well, thanks. Then let's get a little bit into your set. Well, we are at this conference, and you actually held a presentation yesterday on, the big topic was artificial intelligence. Obviously, it's the matter, but maybe you can tell us a little bit what was your take, and also concerning the Tokic group, what has been your experiences and your take?
Yeah, yesterday, actually, it was the AI day, I would say, for independent aftermarket, and there are strong messages sent from the stage. AI is here to stay. We have overestimated the AI in the short run, but we underestimated on the long run. I'm definitely glad that some people, some suppliers started using it because they are very close to the new things. They thought it's like telematics. Everyone spent a lot of money, energy, and time to telematics, and we failed. Telematics is actually the data from car, sending it to the cloud, whatever, any service provider, and we can actually have it, play around, do the remote diagnostics, predictions, maybe maintenance, to have the data, let's say, online. And each of us spend a lot of time and effort, and we don't have results. But the message here is AI is not that type. AI is more like internet, more like mobile phones. It's that's what I said, one of the disruptive technologies. And it's so wide that you can use it on many different levels.
So what are some of the examples that we've seen that we are seeing in the independent aftermarket?
Mostly it's LLM, and I've seen actually they're using it in the translations, video tutorials, knowledge bases. That's really in common to many suppliers. We've seen Tokic's case with autonomous pallet drivers, which failed. It was the first one, even years before the GPT and LLMs. Then we have digital transformation team internally, which actually developed RPA, robotic process automation. There's no AI, that's just script. But it was so close to AI that we put that cognitive part into the robot. So RPA and AI is very close to each other, and they just very work nice together, let's say like that. We developed our internal AI, but then we said, okay, this methodology works. We have great success, good results. Let's move on. Then we moved on to the very specific part of our business, supply chain, and that's how we actually get to Lokad.
Yeah, but maybe before we go there, then I'm just going to summarize. So what I've seen is basically that we're seeing now a large adaptation of LLMs, so large language models. And what are they used for? Image recognition, text recognition, exactly. So all of these, and it was very interesting to see use cases of actually, auto-identification of parts, analysis of images, of repair tasks. all of this.
Object detection, sorry, yes,
Yeah.
thanks for going back to that. Object detection within the other solution is actually very good use case. When you see a lot of parts, we don't have any kind of name, you don't know how to describe shape, what a keyword to put to search. With the translation LLM, object detection is top use case in the independent aftermarket.
I think we're seeing it is there. It's not something in the future, it is there.
Implemented already.
And well, okay, then going to actually what we've done, and this is probably, well, where we see the difference between, I want to say, somewhat simple text and image interpretations to, well, supply chain, we talk about wicked problems. So the problems that we're resolving, purchasing, allocation, have lots and lots and lots of layers. So it's not one structured problem, but many, many implications. So can you tell us a little bit from your perspective? I mean, it's been 2 years that we've been working together, and well, about that project, what drove it, and your feelings about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really specific topic because it has many layers, and then you have to tackle one by one. And it wasn't easy to implement it. It wasn't easy to work before, but we spend a lot of resources to handle all these parts, ordering, replenishment, to manage yard management, to have everything, you know, like from the back orders, invoicing, OCR. So a lot of resources done to have that process tight. And
when you say resources, I'm assuming they mean just humans.
Human resources, actually, time is money. So, and definitely it was a project internally. Okay, we had some know-how from before. Then we had that in analytics. We moved to stock. We had some software which actually held us alive before implementation of Lokad. You know the story, but it was really hard to have that all covered in the simple way. Because it's not simple about those layers I mentioned before. I can talk about the results, I can talk about the checkpoints, but I'm really glad that we have that narrowed it down to one kind of solution, one proven solution that it works, and there is no much headaches as it was before. So thanks for that.
Well, I mean, that's a beautiful summary of basically getting rid of headaches and of this complication. We had many discussions of what is AI, and from our perspective, I mean, without going into the details, most people refer to it as the LLM, the large language models that are coming up. But what we are seeing is there's obviously what we're talking about is high dimensional statistics, and we've been using many of these approaches. And the question is really, what is the goal? And what we are seeing is when we talk about this idea of AI, it's, well, automating processes, making human lives easier, being quicker, getting rid of Excel in the supply chain. That's the big one.
It is.
And, well, maybe one aspect underlying for that would be, well, the data aspect. And let's just briefly talk about what the data topics have been for you in the last years and what is the future of that.
So data is crucial in our time. So everybody says data is new gold, and I really think it is. To start work with RPA, we have to have a data hygiene. So we have to structure it. People didn't understand that we are spending so much time to have some structured data so we can work on. Thanks God we have a business intelligence team. They understand, they work with us. We spend a lot of time to data cleaning. So because everybody knows about in-out results when we talk about garbage in, garbage out, when we talk about the data. And it's very good that actually the executives realized that we have to spend some more time in the data, that we established a master data management team because it's competitive advantage. If you have data well done and your systems are communicating with the clear and well-structured data, you're more competitive in what you see on the market with the other players who are not. So that's when it's actually change of the mindset regarding the data structures. It follows up with a project that we are in the middle of, and we are implementing the new data warehouse in the Tokic group parallel with the ERP. So we will have in 1 or 2 years, let's say, if we zoom out, we will have a new ERP, new data warehouse, and it should work perfectly when the master data management team covers the structure and the clean data.
Yeah, and I do remember part of our inventory project was also a long stretch of what I would say data interpretation, because data is just data. It's not it's there, but it's what's the right interpretation. We're going to talk to Elliot about that, who was leading the implementation. I know that. So, maybe to finish up a little bit, what's the future looking like? So what are the big projects? 225, 230. Where do you see yourself, Tokic, going from your perspective as CTO?
Yeah, definitely now we are focusing ourselves, our people team and the whole company for the new ERP, which we are in the middle of implementation. Mm-hmm. So it's a core system, and we have to definitely align the processes with other company we brought, the Bartok, Slovenian. It's not only Tokic. Yeah, we have bought a Slovenian company 4 years ago, Bartok, tire specialists, and definitely we are sending our knowledge and know-how for the car parts and taking their knowledge and the know-how for the tires, so it's compatible. And they have different systems, they have different processes, and we have to align it to go on the same ERP system.
Yeah, and not only ERP, but also inventory. That is
exactly. There is a warehouse management system. There are a lot of peripheral softwares and services like yourselves as well, which are working with our ERP, with our processes in Tokic and now in Bartok. So if you can imagine how many of them is there, so that's a battle we are now fighting for the new ERP, for the processes to align within the 2 countries, within all these 130 shops across the countries. And as I mentioned, data warehouse is already on the field. But you asked me for the future, and definitely that's part where I want to go. That's why we are doing all these things, so we can play with the data, with well-structured data, with data warehouse and the good ERP system. We would like to leave that AI. Really, when you have that all the sorted out, you have clean data, you have all the possible systems, we can play with predictive maintenance, we can do the better supply chain, we can do the better reports, we can do the decision making much more easier, and it's a whole science behind the data. We want to go there. We know it's there, we don't know the details, but we are pretty sure that we have to have infrastructure to deep dive.
Well, I mean, we are happy to accompany you on that journey. Well, from my side, Josip, thank you for your trust, thank you for your time today. And
thank you for having me. And it was a pleasure, as I mentioned, as a CTO, I would like to thank you for your effort and for your contribution through the years we are working together, and as well here in Athens, you live in impression to me and to the other guys. Thanks for that.